Hello everyone, how are you today? My name is Daniel Yoshi Araki, and today I'm going to be presenting you the Japanese Minyo. So let's begin with saying the origin and the history of the Minyo. The Japanese Minyo, let's begin with, it comes from the Chinese and Korean Minyo. It has a lot of influence of Chinese and Korean culture, but it's kind of different. So, Minyo, Japanese Minyo, was created in the Heian period between the year 794 and 1185 in the current era. But it wasn't until the Edo period where it evolved, and it was between the year 1603 through the year 1868 in the current era. Let's say that Minyo was shaped and it was rise from the agriculture in Japan. It was mostly performed by them, and it was used to communicate tasks and express cultural life in that time. So, saying about the agriculture, we have right here the social functions in agriculture. Let's begin with to say that Minyo was mainly performed by fishermen in that time of fisher people. So, but they were not the only one to perform this. There was other sides that in the agriculture that were performing Minyo. That's why every area or each one of the agricultural side had their own song, and every song was had different meaning. And the Minyo was created also to express duties and traditions and the lifestyle of the side of uh, each agricultural side. So depending of what agricultural side we looking, the rhythm of it was different. They were not the same. So talking about this, let's move on to the rituals and traditions from the Japanese Minyo. The Japanese Minyo is translated to folkloric traditional music. That's what the meaning of Minyo is in English. So if we say what's Minyo, Minyo is the traditional folkloric Japanese music, because Minyo comes from the word Minyo, which is Japanese. So Minyo has dances and traditions from the Japanese cultures. The first one we have right here is the Mikagura, which is a song and a dance performed by Japanese culture. We have the lion dance, which is called Shishimai. That's how Japanese people recognize this. Then we have the Bon Odori, which is a festival dance that represents to say no to bad or evil or negative spirits, which is incredible. You have to see that. So let's move on to this. We have right here the dances and purposes. The dance that I'm going to be presenting to you is called Mikagura. It's called Kagura dance in Japanese. As you can see, she's saying no to evil spirits. And right here we have two types of instruments at the background that I'm going to be presenting to you on the next slides. So let's pause this for a second and let's say, sorry, Minyo has seasonal songs. It means that it changes all over the year, so it doesn't stay as one type of music. Also, the purpose of Minyo was created to express emotions, especially love, the agricultural, and not only agricultural, but also people from rural sites. Let's mention too that Minyo is performed in festivals like the one that I mentioned before, and Minyo, the traditional folkloric music, is mostly and mainly performed by women. It doesn't mean that men cannot perform this. Men perform this, but not in a mostly time. So moving on this, let's move to my next slide, which is the instrumentation. We have the instrumentation right here. We have five types of the instruments from the traditional Japanese music. The first one we have right here is the shamisen, which is a chorophone. It's from the category of the chorophones. The shamisen is so traditional, so representative of the Japanese folkloric music. We have the It's a guitar of three strings that requires a lot of precision to play. And on the right we have the instrument called koto, which is a which is attached to many strings, which is a curve of it's not like a guitar, but it's similar to an harp with strings attached to it. So you play it like it is a like an harp, but horizontal way. So that's the koto. That's representative of Japanese folkloric music too. And moving on, we have right here the taiko, which is one of the instruments that I was that was performing the dance, the Mikagure dance. The taiko is from the category of membranophones, and on the right side we have the shakuhachi, which is from the category of the aerophones, which is was also performed on the video that I was showing you. And on the right side we have the shinobu, which is also from the category of the aerophones. These two flutes are made of bamboo, so that's why they have different shapes, especially the shakuhachi. So saying this, let's move on to the musical elements. The traditional Japanese music has mostly melancholic mood because of the representation and the context that it has on the songs that are performed. As you see right here on the picture, a woman is holding a shamisen, and like I said before, Minyo is mostly performed by women. So on the musical elements, Minyo has a tuning system, and depending of the song that you are performing or that you are creating, because you can create Minyo music, you might have either a polyphonic texture or a etheric texture, depending of the song that you create or that you perform. Also, you might have a free rhythm, and I say you might because might you have a free rhythm in 80% or in a high percent of the songs that are performed in the Minyo. So there are a few songs that doesn't have a free rhythm. Also, let's moving on to the timbre of the Minyo is mostly bright and airy in some cases. And the musical in the musical elements that Minyo uses, it uses a pentatonic scale of 5 notes, as we know. So let's move on this to our musical example right here. This is traditional music.
Those with Robinhood Gold can enjoy a 3% IRA.
Sorry for announcement.
Tremendous.
You know
But
what's smart?
while the
Truffle
ad
butter filet mignon
is
without lifting a
perform
finger. Eat smart
is playing,
with Factor.
so you might hear the shamisen and the koto and the instrument taiko that I mentioned before. That there were five main instruments performed that performs on the traditional Japanese music. As you might hear, you're hearing the shamisen and the koto. So lovely, so melancholic. And right here at the background, you have the cherry blossom, which looks so cool. So moving on this, I have right here the emulate sources. Thanks to them, because I took all the information that I'm bringing to you in this video, and if you want to check it, there's a lot of information of these sources, so you might like them. Also right here I have right here the YouTube link videos. I have the Mikagure dance and the musical example of Japanese folkloric music, which is Minyo. And arigatou gozaimasu. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was entertaining and helpful to know what Minyo is in the traditional folkloric Japanese music. Thank you so much.